4 American cities are filing suit against President Trump, arguing that he's violating the Constitution with his promise to, quote, let Obamacare implode. That's part of a promise to gut the landmark health care law stretching back to the beginning of his campaign. Now, in the filing, Chicago, Columbus, Cincinnati, and Baltimore argue that the president is failing to execute the law by actively undercutting the Affordable Care Act. Just yesterday, the administration announced a plan for cheaper short-term insurance plans, a move that critics say will drive up the price of health care exchanges. Joining me now is Mayor Catherine Pugh of Baltimore, one of the plaintiffs in the case. Mayor, thanks for joining me. What's the basis on which you and your fellow mayors are launching this suit?
We're launching it because when you pass a law, the president has the power to enforce the law. And by not enforcing the law and changing the law and coming up with this short-term health care plan, what we're going to find is more people uncovered. And just for example, last year in Baltimore, just through the efforts that the Trump administration has undergone thus far, our fire department had to respond to 17,000 individuals who did not have health care. That's a problem for all of our cities and all of our states and this country. We can't continue to call ourselves the greatest country in the world when we don't even provide health care for the individuals who live in our country. You think about reproductive health care, you think about HIV and AIDS. We had a young man about 2 years ago who died in our city because he couldn't get dental care. This is just unconscionable. And so we've joined this lawsuit. We think it's the right thing to do. We know that other cities will join as well, because as these costs skyrocket, cities have to cover those costs.
So I guess that's my next question. You have to have standing in order to join a lawsuit like this, and your standing is that your city is suffering as a result of these decisions to undercut Obamacare.
Absolutely. And just as I just pointed out, 17,000 individuals last year that our fire department had to respond to, taking them to healthcare facilities, and they don't have health care. And so as a result, we've got to, that's uncompensated care, and we've got to take care of individuals. We don't turn people away, from our hospitals. We try to take care of them. And this is a cost that cities cannot afford to bear.
What does success look like for you here? What does a victory look like in terms of Obamacare?
What a victory looks like is what the initial protocol was for Obamacare, and I'll call it the ACA, the Affordable Care Act. And that was to provide opportunities for people to get health care, to advertise those opportunities, to promote those opportunities. And what we saw in our states were robust rolls increasing with people, applying for the affordable care opportunities that were made available to them. And now that we've sort of kind of slowed it down, we're not promoting it, we're not advertising it, we're not enforcing it, and now we're driving up the cost, and people cannot afford the costs that are being driven up by the acts of the Trump administration.
Mayor, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Mayor Catherine Pugh is the mayor of Baltimore, joining 3 other cities in a lawsuit against the Trump administration. Hey, MSNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there and click on any of the videos here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. You can get more MSNBC for free every day with our newsletters. Just visit msnbc.com/newsletters to sign up now.